The Palu family case. One of Turkey's darkest family crimes. Every night, the doors of this house were locked from the inside. Not because they feared someone outside. The real danger was already inside the house. This person was not a stranger. He didn't break in. He wasn't hiding from the police. He was the family's son-in-law. And inside that house, even while children were dying, silence was enforced. This story comes from Turkey, one of the darkest family cases ever exposed on television. Because these events did not happen overnight. They didn't unfold in days or even months. They lasted for years, hidden behind fear, obedience, and absolute control. And the truth only began to surface when the silence finally broke on live television. The events surrounding the Palu family began in the mid-2000s, across different cities in Turkey. For years, the case remained officially classified as a series of missing persons. No major investigation, no public attention. That changed in 2018 when the case was brought onto a national television program focused on disappearances and unsolved crimes. For the first time, the family was questioned in front of the public. The Palu family lived together in a large, tightly closed household. Inside the home were the mother, several adult children, daughters-in-law, and young children all under the same roof. The family had almost no connection with the outside world. Contact with neighbors was minimal. No one knew what was happening inside. Within this closed structure, one person, who joined the family later, slowly took control of everything. That person was the family's son-in-law. Step by step, the son-in-law took over all decision-making inside the house. Who could speak? Who had to stay silent? Who could leave? Who controlled the money? Every aspect of daily life fell under his authority. In later testimonies, family members stated that they were constantly threatened, subjected to physical and psychological abuse, convinced they would be killed if they resisted. Fear was no longer just an emotion. It became a system of control. That person was the family's son-in-law. Over the years, members of the family began to disappear, one by one. For these disappearances, no police reports were filed. No official missing person records were created. No information was shared outside the family. The explanation given to outsiders was always the same. They left the house. They ran away. Years later, these statements were revealed to be deliberate cover stories. As the investigation deepened, the most shocking detail emerged. The death of a young girl inside the family had initially been described as an accident. But forensic findings revealed the truth. It was not an accident. It was intentional, and it had been hidden for years. At this point, the case stopped being about missing persons. It became a multiple murder investigation. The question the public asked most was simple. If so many people were in that house, why did no one speak? Later testimonies gave the answer. Continuous death threats, fear that children would be harmed, the belief that they would be next. This silence was not a choice. It was a survival instinct. Everything changed when the case unfolded on live television. For the first time, family members were questioned publicly. Statements contradicted each other. Timelines collapsed. Lies became impossible to maintain. The truth could no longer stay hidden. As a result of the investigation, multiple deaths were officially ruled as murder. The crimes were found to be premeditated. The son-in-law, along with others involved, received heavy prison sentences. The Palu family case became one of the most disturbing examples in Turkey of how crimes within families can remain hidden for years. The Palu family case is not just a criminal file. It is a warning, a demonstration of how fear, inside closed family structures, can turn into absolute control. And it proves one final truth. The truth only emerges when someone finally speaks.